Welcome to my Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. All right, today is a beautiful Sunday episode. All right, our thread for today is, what is the weirdest thing you've seen while using public transport? Let's see what y'all be seeing on the bus and the trains. All right. Across the bus from me is an old man with a big hole in his crotch, providing an excellent viewing of his old man parts. Okay. The second I noticed, I got up, stooped in another part of the crowded bus. I looked back to see a teenaged, innocent-looking girl take my seat. The scream was horrifying and hilarious. Hey, man. You set that little girl up for failure. Like, you should have seen that and just firmed it and been like, okay, cool, I'm not going to look that way. But instead, you were like, I'm just going to let the next person get scarred. You know? Like, that's kind of fucked up, if I'm being honest with you. Come on, man. As the doors on the metro are closing, I notice this 30-something-year-old suit guy sprinting towards the train. He full-on dives headfirst into the train, his feet passing through just before the doors close, Indiana Jones style. He stands up, dusts himself off, and says, "Whew, I thought I was going to miss that one." To which the entire train just burst out laughing. Funniest thing I've ever seen after taking the DC Red Line for nearly a decade. Hey, that man got places to go and people to see. Man, if you out here diving for your life to get into a train, yeah, you got places to go and people to see. Golly. I was going to a job interview right outside of Boston about 7 years ago. It was in the middle of the day and a reverse commute going from Boston to place outside of Boston, so nobody was really on the train. Approaching the last stop, and it was just myself and one other guy. The dude proceeds to wrap a belt around his arm, inject himself with something, and basically just pass out on train. I called the conductor. That's scary. I'm surprised he didn't ask you if you want some. You know what I mean? You know? Like, dude. Like, you get on the train, you're just like, cool, man, nobody's on here. Oh, this is dope. You know? And then you go about your business, and then you're on your way back, and you're like, cool, man, there's probably going to be, like, nobody on the train. And you just see this dude. I'm surprised he wasn't just like, you want some? You want some, too? No? All right, then, both for me. You know? Like, bro. They out here wildin'. May seem tame, but I sat beside a lady who read her book upside down for 15 minutes straight. Turned the pages and everything. Oh, what? Nah, see, she was spying on somebody. That's what it was. She wasn't reading that book. She was spying on like her cheating husband or something. She was just like, this cheating ass motherfucker. Yeah, like they... Unless she was just dead serious, I don't know. I mean, did she turn the book around and be like, oh shit? I just think she was spying on somebody, if I'm being honest with you, and she just didn't realize the book was upside down. Yeah. Because that's some wild shit. Nobody looks at a book upside down. You can clearly tell it's upside down. Hey, usually there are yellow lines to tell people to stay back. A warning announcement chimes in and says to stand back from the line. This old man looks both ways and steps on said line and then proceeds to giggle his ass off. Hey, I mean, he was just like, fuck it, man. Life is boring. Like, you know, he's an old man. He's like, I don't give a shit. Once I was sitting across from a guy eating out of a small Haagen-Dazs ice cream container. He didn't have a spoon. He was just using his thumb. After each thumb of ice cream, he let it melt in his mouth and then spit it on the floor. Ugh. What the hell? Everyone switched to another train car at the next station. On the bus, a high homeless lady started doing assisted flips using the hand straps on either side of the bus while freestyle rapping about how young people should love each other more. Okay. There was a couple of clearly liked or a couple that who clearly liked each other but weren't at the stage that they had admitted yet. She kept telling him to hold his hand, or telling them to hold hands and compose them some personalized beat poetry. So this lady was just like, kids should love each other. Yeah, no violence ever. And then she saw this couple and was just like, oh, you guys are so beautifully in love. It's like roses are red and violets are blue. He's like, he loves you, so why don't you love him back or some shit like bro, what? Like, this must be just her domain. Like, this homeless lady is just like, this is my spot. This is where I talk to people. This is my, like, okay. Halloween at 1 a.m., some guy dressed as Borat gets on the bus, hits on all the girls in typical Borat style, and then passes out in the corner. Vancouver buses and SkyTrains can be pretty odd sometimes. Man, this is Canada. That's crazy. Motherfuckers at Canada be doing some crazy shit, I guess. After the rally to restore sanity, caught a train to get lunch with some friends. Every car is packed, but the one we get on seems particularly boisterous. An old man with a Bible on his lap is spouting off about gays, and their detrimental effect on society. To cover up his malarkey, a guy in his full fatigues is leading the entire train to whatever song he can think of. Row your boat, wheels on the bus, 99 bottles of beer on the wall. During 99 bottles, to keep everyone singing, he started doing a stripper dance for the old guy, to which the whole car goes crazy. It was loud, cramped, and beautiful. The old fella gets off at the next step as everyone is basking in the afterglow of his perfectly human moment. The guy says rather directly, I ship out to Iraq on Monday. Silence fills the car. We happen to get off at the same time he did. Every person who got off with us either shook his hand or gave him a hug. Hope he comes home safe. Facts, because that man is a hero on the train and in Iraq. Like, dude, he was just like, nobody wants to hear this shit, but I'm not going to be rude about it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start a dance party on this fucking train. Like, all right, man. Hey, if it works, it works, He was the man of the people, I guess. Some guy threw up in an empty 2-liter soda bottle. Oh, that's nasty. Then looked at the terrified girl next to him and asked if she wanted some. Oh. He called her a cunt when she said no, and he took a swig of it. Oh, okay, that's disgusting. That is fucking disgusting, bro. Oh, I don't even want to spend more time on that. That's fucking nasty. Wow. And she's the cunt? No. That girl should have got up and ran away. I know I would have. Fucking that's nasty. I once got on a crowded subway car and noticed that somehow there was still an empty seat left. I was tired, so I sat down without thinking about it. After a while, I noticed that I was getting odd looks from all around. When I looked up, I saw there was a blood-soaked used maxi pad stuck to the ceiling directly over my head. Oh, that's disgusting. That is... what? Why? Why is that there? And why is it on the ceiling of all places? You couldn't have just like put it under the seat, or you couldn't have just, I don't know. Like, why is it on the ceiling? That's my biggest thing. Why is it on the ceiling? Oh my God. And they looking at her like, oh, what are you doing? Why are you sitting there? Damn. I was riding on the TTC subway, Toronto Transit Commission for all you non-Canadians. Thanks. Appreciate that. One day, and across from me, I noticed that there was this Asian man sitting with a live chicken in opaque white plastic bag. I didn't see much except for the chicken's claws, and this guy was trying to calm the chicken down as he put it underneath his seat because it kept clucking every time the train lurched. At the next stop, this young woman goes to sit down beside him and she accidentally kicks the poor chicken, and you just hear a big "bakak," and it startled her. And the guy said, No, it's okay. It's just a chicken. And the look on her face was priceless. Like,
hey, yo, what the fuck?
You see some really strange things on the train. I mean, was that his pet? Was that his dinner? Like, why does he have a chicken? I would love to know why the man's got a chicken in a metropolitan city. Like, bro, what the fuck is going on here? And then you're bringing it on the train? Like, bro, that's just weird. Like, that is very, very weird. And what the hell you got a chicken on the train for? Did he just buy the chicken? Is that what it is? And he's just trying to get it home? You know what I mean? Because it's just like, what the heck? It's a little weary to me. I would have asked him low key. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd be like, excuse me, why do you have a chicken on the train? Where'd you get the chicken? You know, is that your pet? Is that your lunch? What is that? You know, I would be so curious because I'm like, I've never seen that before. Well, I've never really been on the train or a bus like that, so I don't know. A weird homeless man wanted to sell me a UFO. I was thinking, how bad could this be? It's probably a bunch of bicycle parts arranged in a disc. But instead, he pulled out a frisbee made of tinfoil. Hell, for $5, it was worth. This nigga bought it, bruh. This motherfucker bought it. Like, what? I'd have told him, like, oh, this is cool, man. Thanks, but no thanks. Yeah, like, the fuck do you paying $5 for a frisbee in tinfoil for? What the fuck? That man was cashed out. He was like, let's go. He was like, my new business model works. Yeah. Fucking no one. I was on the train in Switzerland after having missed my last one trying to get to Bern. Walked on with my pal and no one was around. Not a soul was on the train. The whole goddamn train. We walked through all the cars trying to find evidence that we were not being shipped to hell and couldn't find one person. We just sat in the car for the rest of the trip waiting to get murdered. I mean, that is a little weird. You know, it's like if you're on the train, especially if you're on the train like midday and there's nobody on it, I'd be like, all right, man. All right, what's going on here? You know, I don't know if you guys have ever seen that movie. I think it's called Escape Room, where they're like all on the train and stuff. But the train is actually like an escape room, and there's only like 6 people on the train, and you're just like, what the hell? Why there's only 6 people on this fucking train? Like, this is New York City, god dang it. You know what I mean? And then I know where like the train car stops, and then it's like, oh, you got to get out of it. It's an escape room and stuff. That is how I would feel. I'd be like, fuck, this is an escape room. Like, we're going to die here. This is crazy. Because there's just no way. There's no way. Metropolitan city, and nobody's on the train. Like, what? Huh? I was having a really bad day and decided to leave work. Midday through the subway ride home, I'm self-consumed and on the verge of tears when a man gets on with a boombox, a microphone, and unidentifiable black box. He then proceeds to serenade the train with the Michael Jackson song Black or White. He starts dancing and holding up the microphone to random passengers to sign the chorus. The next thing you know, a sing-along has begun, and I can't stop laughing with the stranger sitting next to me. For the grand finale, he presses a button on the black box and bubble machine, bubbles everywhere. He got off at the next stop. You know, sometimes you just get a free show. You know, those are the type of shits you just kind of enjoy. You're just like, man, that's how you know you're gonna have a good day at work, or that's how you know you're gonna have a good day. You know, just in general. Like when you see some shit like that, I think those are cool. I would love to get on a train and see some people just like doing a whole entire show, and like the show works out, and it's like it goes as you know they intended and they plan, but you know. Hey, weird but awesome. 3 6'6" okay, trans people, having an animated discussion with a 4-year-old girl and her mother on the subway about makeup during rush hour. All right. Okay. I'm sure the mom was kind of just like, okay, I mean, this is weird. I know I would think it's weird. I'd be sitting there just like, what in the hell? You know what I mean? Like, I could see your Adam's apple. What the hell do you know about makeup? But hey, yeah, I don't know. I saw a guy that all of his hair collected into a single dreadlock about the size of a baseball at the front of his head. I could smell it. So are you saying this man was bald and then all of his hair was just right here up, in front of his forehead? Like, and then on top of that, you could smell it? Like, ugh. Like, that's kind of, ugh. Like, wash your dreads, bro. This was in Japan. A middle-aged Japanese salaryman pulled down his pants outside of the train in front of the doors during these few seconds when the train waits for people to enter and started fapping away while staring at me. Oh my God. Needless to say, penis is not the first thing you'd usually expect on a train, so I was really surprised. In fact, I stared at him for a good half a minute. Yo, alright, hold up.
What did he say?
Why did you stare at him? What? I mean, that was kind of your cue to walk out of there. Like, I don't know why you staring at him. Like, nigga, the fuck you doing? I stared at him for a good half a minute before realizing what was going on. Oh, okay. He's holding on to something red, I guess. Why is he moving like that, though? Well, this is really awkward. Is he okay? Oh, God, why? Then the doors closed and he hobbled away with his dick still out. The other passengers pretended like nothing happened. That's Japan for you, though. Okay. All right. I did not know that is apparently such an ordinary thing. They're just like, oh yeah, just another Tuesday. Like, what? like they just saw this dude beating his meat and they're just like, oh, well, and that's just another Tuesday. Like, that happened a lot to me. Like, well, bro, what? Huh? Like, you're not flabbergasted about what just happened? No, that happened a lot. And you're just like, huh? How often does this happen to you? Almost every day, but also all the time on Tuesday. It happened a lot. You're just like, okay, cool, man, cool. I guess that's Japan for you. All right. I'm on the bus yesterday, and sitting across from me is a guy who's probably 50 years old or so, and he's absolutely covered with prison tattoos. Skulls on his forehead, teardrops, fangs under his mouth, spider webs on his cheeks and neck, eyeballs on the back of his head, a huge 13 right on his throat, a Virgin Mary one on his forearm, and all of them obviously done in prison, faded with terrible lines. All in all, a pretty scary looking guy. So we get to a stop, and the girl next to me gets off the bus. Hey, she forgets her purse, says tattoo guy, pointing under the seat next to me. I'm looking down, see the purse, and it handed over to him, and he jumps off the bus looking at her and screams out, hey, you, yeah, you, stop, hey. She looks kind of nervous and keeps walking, and he starts running after her, screaming, hey, stop, hey. Oh, that's scary as fuck. Like, come on, bro, do you know what you look like? She doesn't stop. So finally he screams, you forgot your purse, and she stops. He hands it over and he runs back, gets back on the bus. I don't know what the fuck her problem was, man. He says, that bitch looked at me like I was some fucking freak. Nigga. Wait.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Do you not see yourself in the mirror? Do you not see what you look like? I'd be afraid. You know, I'd be running away. What the hell are we talking about here? I'm like, this nigga's trying to kill me. Like, you got on this bus so you could kill me, bro. No, come on, man. I get it. Don't judge a book by its cover, but sometimes, you know what I mean, especially for a girl, that looks scary. You should maybe have led with the "you forgot your purse" instead of trying to be like, "Hey, yo, stop!" Like, I would have led with the "Hey, you forgot your purse. You forgot your purse," just because of how scary you look. Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm sure this guy was a big guy. You know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers in jail with that many tattoos and shit like that. Yeah, he was probably a big guy. So that was probably scary as shit. Let me see. There was a guy in my hometown who used to dress as 80s era goth. He was about 40. God damn, nigga, it was definitely not a phase for this guy. He used to go back and forth on the trains all day wearing massive unplugged headphones and air guitar and sing along like COF while walking up and down the carriages. He used to go up to any alternative looking girls, usually under 16 or so, and sing the songs at them. When the girls started to look uncomfortable, he used to shout "whore, bitch, slut" in their faces. He was properly mental. This man is 40 out here trying to get 16-year-old booty. Like, god damn, man. That's crazy. He was like, if I dress like an emo kid, I'll get all the young little girls. Like, bro, wow. All right, then. We're going to do 3 more. I have many tales from Miami Metro Rail, but this is my favorite. During a busy weekday rush hour, a man in a suit boards the train and sits next to me. I think, great, a normal person sitting next to me for once. He's clean cut, nothing out of the ordinary. A few minutes into the ride, he opens his briefcase, pulls out half a sandwich. I think, damn it, I wish I brought a snack. The man meticulously chews the middle and the corners of his sandwich, leaving it in the shape of a phone. He then talks on his sandwich for the rest of the journey.
What?
Why? You know what I mean? Why? I am so speechless. Why? You couldn't just eat your sandwich? You know what I mean? Like it's okay to have a sandwich in the briefcase. That's fine. That's totally good. But the fact that you ate it into a shape of a phone and then you talked, like, all right, man, all right, we'll do 2 more. Like, let the man talk on a sandwich, I guess. There's a guy in Leeds who walks around with no shoes on, doing Davy Bowie-esque tricks. Davy Bowie-esque tricks with a crystal ball. I saw him on a train once. Hard to know whether to look at his mud-crusted feet or his badass ball tricks. They're both very intriguing. I mean, I would not be looking at his mud-crusted feet, I ain't gonna lie to you. I would see it once and be like, wow, god damn, this man got the Mother Earth 9s on. Like, god. He got the Mother Earth latest style. Like, Jesus. Sitting on the red line, the lady across from me is eating something out of a cardboard box. No big deal until she finishes whatever it is and then starts tearing off bits of the box and casually eating the pieces.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I'm so happy that I've never really had to use the train or bus like that, because, woo, you people be seeing some crazy ass shit. Just some crazy shit. I mean, this is why I can't live in no metropolitan city. Like a very dense city where public transport is like a main, main way of getting around town and stuff like that, because people are just weird, man. They're just weird. Like, you think like, oh, this person probably has a good head on their shoulders, and then they don't, and you're just like, why? How? Come on, man. Like you're not helping society out here. You know what I mean? It's just fucking crazy, dude. Golly. Thank you guys for sharing your wildest transportation stories. My goodness, because that's something else. Yeah, I did a thread like this, or actually no, I covered a story that revolved around something like this a long time ago, and that was where we had like a lady and a guy. The lady was fighting a dude with a banana, and he had an umbrella, and that was funny as hell. So I was like, I gotta find something like this again. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that thread. Thank you guys so much for watching and being here on a beautiful Sunday. If you're not, it's all good. Thanks for listening to the episode. Let's hop into the announcements, and then we'll get into our scenarios for today. Patreon.com/Am I the Asshole Podcast. If you want to get on the Patreon, it's $3 a month. Get you an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenarios to be featured on Tuesday and Sunday shows. TikTok as well as Instagram. Follow us there for the clips. If you guys enjoy more short form content and you just want the best bite-sized pieces of every single episode that we do, go ahead and follow us over there. If you want to help on the free 99 side of things, if you are a audio listener, please rate the podcast. 5 stars is preferable. Keep downloading. I love to see the download numbers go up. You guys are doing awesome with that. If you want to help even more on the free 99 side of things, head over to youtube.com/Am I the Asshole Podcast. Subscribing over there does help. Even if you don't watch on YouTube, subscribing does help. So without further ado, let's get into our first scenario of the day. I think I cheated. Am I the asshole? All right, I feel so disgusted with myself.
Stop the cap.
I do it all the time. They be trying to sit here and cap. I feel disgusted. Oh, I feel like I shouldn't have. I know I messed up.
Stop the cap.
Come on, man. You wouldn't have done it. I, 17 male, have been with my boyfriend, 16 male, for a year and 3 months now. We've been really good and have had bumps along the way, as does any couple. Well, this past month and a half, I've been feeling kind of disconnected from him, and I've been expressing this, but he doesn't do anything about it. So to pass the time, I've been hanging out more with my best friend, 17 male, and last night we ended up sexting. Oh, damn. After he finished to it, we both felt horrible with ourselves and deleted the entire conversation, but I can't get rid of the sick feeling. I didn't do anything, but I was flirting and teasing my friend like crazy. It felt so thrilling in the moment, but now I can't feel anything but nauseous. We swore to write it off as a one-time thing and to keep it to ourselves, but it doesn't feel right. I'm considering breaking up with my boyfriend because he deserves someone better than me. I just sort of need to air out my grievances right now. Wow. I mean, I get it. You look at it like, you emotionally cheated and, you did something wrong. And that's good that you acknowledge that you did something wrong. But I don't really think it's reason to break up with him. I mean, you could easily just kind of, like I said, he's willing to throw it under the rug. But I do get it, though, because he also probably looks at it like it was so fun and exciting that it might devolve into something where they might actually do something. And so if he does break up with his boyfriend and become single, and that does happen, it can just happen, and he doesn't have to worry about it. So I get that too. I get that. Now, when you put that in perspective, it's like, okay, he's kind of just future-proofing himself to where he's just like, look, this was fun, this was exciting and stuff like that. And there might be a day where it comes where I slip up, I go to his house, we do our little booty tickle and magic, you know what I mean? And then if I'm with, my dude still, it would suck. I would feel even horrible, or I would be a cheater and this and that. But if I break up with him, and that happens to happen, then I don't have to worry about it. It's like, cool, it is what it is. I don't have to feel bad about it. This is that. So, I mean, I don't think, well, okay. I do think you're the asshole because you could have easily maybe talked to your boyfriend about, things, and not only talk to him about it, but maybe start planning stuff. Yeah, just like plan like, hey, I plan for us to go do this, or I plan for us to go do that. Let's go do this, go do that. And then, if you're planning stuff and all that kind of stuff and he doesn't want it or doesn't like it, whatever the case may be, like you're really trying in the relationship, then, I would be like, all right, break up with the dude, because it's like, come on, man, I'm trying. You're not really trying. I'm feeling the distance. And then you can either that or just be straight up with him and be like, look, man, I'm feeling the distance. I'm feeling distance. I'm not feeling loved and wanted and all that kind of stuff. And then you guys can separate from there. But just like breaking up with him out of the blue is kind of crazy, if I'm being honest with you. I get it. You want to break up with him because of that situation. But, at least kind of give him, at least try with your dude if you really love him. Try him, try that with him. Try stuff, or just be straight up, But yeah, you kind of is the asshole. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, you kind of are. I don't think you cheated though. If I'm being honest with you, you emotionally did, but I don't think you actually cheated. But I don't know. That's up for you guys. I don't know. You guys let me know. Did he cheat? Did he not? All right. Am I wrong for asking my partner about another woman? Okay. I, 37 female, was dating my partner, 45 male. Oh, she said was dating. Oh, this must have broke them up. Okay, let's see what's going on. So they were dating for 2 years. We used to work together and know a lot of the same people at work. 6 months ago, my partner had told me about a woman at work who had been initiating text with members of the management team up to and including the general manager, all of whom are married. My partner is also a senior manager. He expressed his disapproval in her behavior and called her derogatory names and said he couldn't stand her, which at the time I found a bit dramatic but overlooked it. Fast forward to last weekend, we were out to dinner and the subject of this woman came up again. I asked him if she had ever texted him and he blew up. He said what a strange question it was and that it was completely inappropriate to ask whether another woman had texted him whilst we were out on a romantic meal. I explained that I thought his reaction was odd and suspicious. Yeah, that is a little... yeah, bro, what are you getting so defensive for? You know what I mean? The fuck? Let's see. Suspicious, seeing as the question wasn't, have you been texting her or have you tried it on with her? It was in the context because she has a history of messaging people in the management positions to flirt, and I was curious. The question wasn't accusatory towards him. The rest of the meal was in silence before he paid and we left waiting, or he paid and left without waiting for me. I see. When I caught up to him, I tried to explain the context of the question. However, he wouldn't let me speak, and he said he wasn't interested in what I had to say. He ignored me for the rest of the night, and the following day, he went home and said he didn't want to speak to me. This isn't the first time he has cut me off and given me the silent treatment after a disagreement, and it left me feeling shaken and confused. That would too. It's like, why are you getting defensive over this girl? And you're mad at me for what? What the hell? The whole incident ruined what was a lovely day, and after this, I have called time on our relationship as I felt the way he treated after wasn't right. But for my sanity, I did question warrant. But did my question warrant that response? Am I the asshole? No, not really. Because, I mean, all she asked was just, has this girl texted you? Yeah, that's all she really asked. And homeboy could have just been like, oh, yeah, she's tried, but, I don't say anything back. Or, oh, no, she hasn't tried with me, thank God. He could have easily just answered her question, and I don't think the girl would have been mad. I don't think she would have, you know what I mean? I don't think his ex or his girlfriend or whatever would have been mad or upset about the answer. I think she just asked because she's like, okay, well, since you're talking about this girl and apparently she's hitting up all the managers and being flirty and stuff like that, has she tried to hit you up? I just want to know. I'm just a little curious, which I could see that. I can see why a girl would be curious. It's like, hey, all the guys that are working around my man, they're being hit on by this girl. I wonder if my man's been hit on. And it's like, have they been talking, or, you know, because it raises a little red flags, and it's like, hey, dude, why are you getting so defensive over just a simple question? You know what I mean? So I don't think you're the asshole, though. You know what I mean? I just think for him flipping out is a little suspicious. Okay, on to our next one. Am I the asshole for saying something to my friend about her infidelity? Ooh. Because I bet you're cheating. What are you doing? I think that's a good friend. I ain't gonna lie to you, but we'll see. I, 22 female, am a part of a friend group of 3. Friend 1 will be called Pen, and friend 2 will be called Clip. All right. We met 2 years ago through mutual interest and usually trying to hang out with each other when we can. Pen is engaged to another person and has been engaged for almost a year now. Recently, the 3 of us decided to get together again and just chill with each other indoors at Clip's house. It was a pretty good day up until Pen and I needed to start heading home because I had work the next day. Long story short, Clip and Pen disappeared to go find Pen's keys. And I found the 2 making out with each other in the dark. Wait, hold up.
What did he say?
So, are these 2 girls? Or is this a girl and a guy? Is this two dudes? Damn, I wish we had the gender of the other friends. Because then it would help us make sense of why they're making out. You know? Like, what the fuck is going on here? All right, we'll keep reading. We'll see what's going on. Almost immediately, I'm like,
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Pen, you are literally engaged. What are you doing? Pen starts to go off with a whole bunch of excuses, catching an attitude about how she doesn't feel attached to her partner anymore, how Clip initiated the make out first. Oh, so it must be a dude. So Clip is a dude and Pen is the girl. Oh shit. Okay. How Clip initiated the make out first, how both of them are both touch starved. Then the 2 of them try to swear to secrecy and try to convince me that I'm making a big deal over nothing, making me feel like an a-hole for even thinking that what they're doing was wrong. I feel like I'm in the twilight zone. Am I the asshole for saying anything to my friend about her infidelity? I mean, if I'm being honest with you, I don't think you're the asshole at all. Like, yo, that's kind of crazy. The fact that they did it, like, right after you were supposedly leaving. They're just like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go get my keys. You want to help me get my keys? Like, yeah. And they're just... And then I know she's just like, what the fuck are you doing? And they're like, oh, well, I mean, my relationship is bad. This is very justified. Like, the fact that she tried to justify it was kind of wild. Like, you've been engaged for a whole year. I mean... Dude, what are you doing at this point? You know what I mean? Like, you've been engaged for a whole year and you out here doing all that? Like, damn, that's kind of crazy. And then with, like, the friend, it's like, you know, you couldn't find you some strange out there. You know, you could find another dude. She had to go with the dude in the friend group. Like, no, I don't think you're the asshole, because that's crazy. That's crazy that your homegirl is out here doing that. You know what I mean? It's like, girl, you are engaged. And then she tried to justify it by saying, like, my relationship is bad. Like, then get the fuck out of the relationship. What are you doing? You know? Or have a conversation with your man. Something. Do something to make the situation better, but don't do this. Like, that's crazy. Whoo, nah, I don't think you're the asshole at all. That's wild. That's just a little too wild. All right. Am I overreacting for ending this relationship because of this? Dun, dun, dun. Let's see. My boyfriend, 29 male, goes to work around 6:30 a.m. and gets off around 4 o'clock. Sometimes 4:30. But these past few months, he's been not coming home until sometimes as late as 3 a.m. Damn, what this nigga doing? And that's if he even comes home at all. Each time he has done this, he ignored me the entire time. Didn't even think to tell me he was going out or anything beforehand. He just left work and did whatever it was he was out doing without saying a single word to me before the entire time he was out, and then comes home either super, super late or doesn't come home until the day after work and has the most ridiculous excuses and stories ever. And times that he said, hey, I'm going to go do this with so-and-so, he will ignore me the entire time as well. And when the text so-and-so to see if he's with him, turns out he isn't. And so-and-so hasn't even heard from him or seen him in days. Ooh. We've been together for 11 years, but I'm just tired of it. I told him after a few times, you do this again and you can get your crap and leave. But he gives it a few days and does it again. I'm just ready to walk away now. Am I overreacting? No. Where is this nigga at? Where does he be? Now, I was gonna, when I read the part of like, he does tell her, oh, hey, I'm going to be hanging out with so-and-so, and then he doesn't really talk to you the whole time. Like, that's just, leave a man alone. He already told you where he was going and who he was with. But, that's a big booty. She contacts so-and-so, and so-and-so is like, no, we're not hanging out today. And I haven't seen that motherfucker in days. So that is like a huge red flag. And it's like, where's this guy at? From 4 o'clock to fucking 3 a.m, where is he at? That's a lot of hours. You know, this man so has another girlfriend. There's no way he doesn't. What in the hell are we talking about here? There ain't no way he ain't got another girlfriend, bro. What? Yeah, I'm talking a whole ass other relationship. They, you know, he going over to their house and they're playing house. You know, he's the husband and all. Like, what the hell we talking? This man got a double life. I guarantee you, he's got a double life, bro, because that's crazy. And you're probably the side chick. You know what I mean? Like, he just demoted you from, you know, main chick to side chick, and then put this girl as main chick because he's showing hanging out with you. The fact that from 6:30 in the morning all the way to 3 o'clock in the morning, this man is gone. Mind you, he's at work, and then from work, he's hanging out with this chick. There ain't no fucking way. It ain't no way this is just a friend or he's hanging out with a dude or nah, bro. Nah, he clapping some cheeks. That's what it is. He clapping some cheeks. Oh, man, you are not overreacting, and it's good that you ended the relationship because it would have been even worse if you actually caught him with this girl. You know, say you were out with your friends or whatever and you see them out together. Ooh, I'm telling you, like, that's a tough one. All right. Cool. Asking my wife to quit her job because she kissed her boss.
What did he say?
Okay. Wow. Why is the relationship still going on? I don't know. I'd have been like, we're done. Fuck we talking about here? It all started a few months ago. My wife, 40 female, told me, 39 male, that her boss is madly in love with her. My wife and I laughed about it. We joked about it, me saying, that's a great compliment. Good for you. Just be careful. I knew they were good friends and I trusted my wife 110%.
She belongs to the streets.
Come on, man. Like, all right. Fast forward a few weeks later. Her boss called her at night, 9 p.m. I said, just pick up. Maybe it's important. No. I'd have been like, ignore that. Send that to fucking voicemail. What the fuck are we talking? What? Maybe it's important. She didn't and reacted overly. No, I'm here with you. All right, facts. She opened her messages and was trying to delete a message. This is the moment I grabbed the phone and read the messages. She was furious, accusing me of breaching her privacy and such. This is when I saw it. Messages from him saying, I miss you, and hearts sent back and forth. She lied that they were just friends. Facts. Come on, man. What are we talking about here? Like, she practically told you that she was cheating on you without, or just making it lighthearted though, and you guys laughed about it, and it was just ha ha ha, and it's like, nah, we're just friends though, and it's like, nigga,
Stop the cap.
come on, man, they not just friends. What are we talking about here? Like, yeah. She lied that they were just friends, and as I know, he's in love with her, so according to her, nothing to worry about, right?
She belongs to the streets.
I made her swear on our children that they did not kiss, and there it was, silence. She admitted it, facts. And days later, I heard, after asking for it more and more details, they kissed multiple times. He kissed her multiple times on the neck and hugged her for long periods. No sex. I think I believe that part. I don't know, bro. She already lied to you about the texts and their friendship and all that kind of stuff. What makes you think she ain't lying about getting smashed out by this dude? All it takes is a quick parking lot quickie. They could have done it in his car. They could have done it in the bathroom of the workplace. Like, come on, man. Come on. They don't need to go to his house to do it. They don't. They could have smashed in his office. You never know. So the fact that you're over here like, oh, I believe that part, man.
Stop the cap.
Nah, man. They smashed. They smashed. Come on, man. You have to know my wife is very insecure about work. She has only had jobs for 1 or 2 years, and finally she landed a job where everything was great. So yeah, because that nigga was there. I'm just saying. So I was very supportive in every way. I started working less so I could be there for our 3 children and she could work more, etc. The most important thing, she genuinely loves her job, I can tell. So we came to a consensus to continue working there. It's a very small company, but I've found it difficult. I started to look over her shoulder while he was a shoulder at what he was messaging and such. Not a great place to be. And then it all went south. We went on a family trip, just the kids and us, and in hindsight, she texted him back and forth every single day. Him texting things like, I wish I knew you earlier, etc. She was so distracted the whole holiday, even though she reacted a bit cold to him directly after the holiday. We agreed that she can only continue to work there if they can keep in professional only and have no one-on-one contact on the weekends or after 7 p.m. With this agreement, I felt a bit better. And now this weekend, I found out they are calling every day, Saturday and Sunday, behind my back. She said they are sharing feelings because she feels safe with him, not with me, and he understands me. She also said she has certain feelings for him. Not 2 weeks ago, I'm done with it, and I asked her to quit seeing him completely and thus stop her job. Or it's me quitting our relationship because I can't handle it anymore, the lying, etc. She's furious at me, saying that I want to put her in a cage, and what kind of monster am I to decide which friend she has? Wait. I'm putting you in a cage, as she says, because I don't want you to fucking openly cheat on me in front of my face and lie to me? Huh? Like, oh, golly, man. Why are you still with this girl? Like, after the whole them kissing and all that kind of stuff, I'd have left. I'd have been done. I'd have been like, oh, this goes beyond text. You guys are kissing and hugging and doing all that. Okay, wow. Whew. Expect divorce papers, because this is it. We're done. Fuck this. No, I'm not. We're done. She made up her mind. You know what I mean? And you should have knew that, if I'm being honest with you, man. You should have known that. And then you sat there and was just like, oh, she said they didn't have sex. Come on, man.
Stop the cap.
Like I said before, they don't need a bed to have sex. They could just quickie in the car, quickie in the bathroom, in his office. Like, bro, and then it doesn't even have to be like, like sex. She could have just sucked him off under the desk type shit. Like, dude, you never know. And then I guarantee you she ain't having sex with you. Oh, I guarantee it. I'm gonna guarantee you probably haven't had sex in months. You know what I mean? Like, dude, you're such an L, bro. Like, why are you still with this girl? Like, that's crazy. I never made her stop a friendship until now. Also, she thinks I will take the children away from her completely. Obviously, I won't, and will ruin her financially. I won't. I mean, if any, well, okay, she probably makes more money than him. But I mean, I don't see really him being that vindictive, if I'm being honest with you. And then I don't think he really wants that for his kids, because that's why he's staying through all this bullshit. He's like, nah, my kids need a mom. You know, I want to at least give them that 2-parent household. And, you know, because I'm like, I'm hoping he's not this stupid, you know what I mean, where he's actually believing this chick and all the dumb shit she's saying, if I'm being honest with you, but it is what it is. Am I really the monster for asking her to quit the contact with her boss, and in her words, a very good friend, and giving the ultimatum? I don't know it anymore, and the two friend I told the story are too biased, so I really need your opinions. You should have been left, is my opinion. You should have been left. The moment you found out they were talking and hard-eyeing and they were kissing and hugging and doing all that stuff, and then she sat there and was like, we're not having sex.
Stop the cap.
Come on, man. If I'm being honest with you, I would have left there. I'd have been like, I wouldn't have even given her an ultimatum. The fact that you gave her an ultimatum is wild to me. That's crazy. An ultimatum. Like, what are you doing, man? You're giving her all these fucking chances, and she's just lying and lying and lying and lying. You know, like, bro, what the hell are you doing? Think about it. She lied to you about their friendship, quote unquote. All right. She most likely lied to you about the like intimate shit, you know, as far as them kissing and hugging. They most likely had sex. Then she lied to you again for a third time, saying that, oh, we don't, I'll abide by the rule of I won't text him on weekends, and we won't, like, meet after 7 or whatever. Like, she broke that real quick. They were calling and texting and doing all kinds of sort on Saturday, Sunday. So, dude, I mean, that's 3 good reasons right there to leave, even though you only should have had one, if I'm being honest with you. And that was a big one reason to just leave and be like, you know what? If you want this nigga so bad, you go be with him. Goodbye. You go be with him. And you come see the kids, you know, when you want to and whatever, but I ain't tolerating this shit. Like, you look crazy, dude. You look crazy. You're out here looking goofy. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. You are. This girl's making you look goofy as hell. Like, it's crazy. Man. All right, this is gonna be our last scenario for today. Asked my husband out for a date night, and he said yes, but on conditions. Am I wrong? Okay. What the fuck? Why would he ask on conditions? But all right. We have been married for 3 years and have an 18-month-old son who we just got comfortable leaving him alone with a babysitter. We don't have family around. I suffer from PPD and probably still do. I went on a break and haven't been able to find a job, so it affects my confidence and mental health. Husband is aware of all this. I asked my husband out for a date night, and he says yes, but he has conditions. The condition is I start gym and eat healthy because date night is supposed to be a treat. I felt offended by the condition because for me, it is a way to connect, to have some child-free fun and conversations. Am I wrong to feel offended about it? I know how he thinks. He thinks it's a way to motivate me, to get me to care for my health, which would help me mentally too. But I just feel so hurt by it. Last time we had any quality time was last summer when my parents visited and made us go away for a couple days. It's such a simple ask. Why is it tied with conditions? Because if I'm being honest with you, your husband is not only trying to help you mentally and get through your PPD and all that kind of stuff, but he's indirectly telling you that he's not all attracted to what he sees. Let's be honest here. He probably still loves you and he cares about you very, very much. And this is why he's telling you this. But I think he looks at it like if she's motivated by a like a reward or something like that, like, oh, you know, she's been in the gym for a whole week and she's been doing her thing, she's been staying consistent, eating healthy, so on and so forth, you know, babe, let's go out and let's have a good time. You know, it's a nice little treat, it's a nice reward for all your hard work that you've been putting in the week and stuff like that. And that's just how he thinks about it. He's just like, maybe that'll motivate her to kind of stay consistent with it, to stay on it, because if I'm being honest with you, I'm gonna be hundo P here. He doesn't like what he sees. You just had a baby. I get that. You know, you may have gained some weight and, you know, you're not really looking the way you used to. And he sees that and he's just like, look, I love you. I care about you. And I want you to be healthy, not only mentally, but physically too. Because when you're healthy physically, then you look more attractive and, you know, it makes your man want to do stuff with you and for you, you know, in the way, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, that's what he's really saying. But he's not going to say that because obviously you're already reacting crazy the way you are. If I'm being, and you know you're acting like overly emotional and overly crazy because you even sat there and said, oh, if I go to the gym, it's going to help me mentally and it's going to help me out and da-da-da. But I can't help but to feel like, ugh. And it's like, sweetheart, get out of your feelings for a second. And understand that he's doing this to benefit you and the relationship. And he's using the date night thing as a motivator by saying, hey, you put in a lot of hard work. Let me take you out and let's go have a nice time. Just you and I. You know what I mean? He's going to see that and that he's going to really enjoy that and being like, dang, my girl is actually putting in the work to transform her body to look good for me, to be healthy for herself. You know what I mean? To have healthy habits. And honestly, healthy habits create healthy relationships, if I'm being honest with you. So are you in the wrong? Well, yeah. Are you in the wrong? Yeah, you kind of are. Because dude is just trying to be nice about it. Let's be honest here. He's trying to be nice about it, and he doesn't want to call you fat. He doesn't want to call you, you know, unattractive or whatever. He knows how you gonna flip out about that. So he's just like, I'm gonna go about it in the most strategic way possible, where it gives her the most benefit, and it's, you know, I'm not attacking her. She doesn't feel like, oh, why would you say that? Because you're already all up in your feelings. Get out of your feelings for a second and think about it like, okay, what does he really mean by that? Okay, he wants us to have a healthy relationship. He wants us to, you know what I mean? Maybe I'm not looking, you know, the best. Let me improve myself for my relationship, for my health, and for my man's. Like, why not? Why wouldn't you want to look good for your mans? I'm just saying. So, that's what he's really saying, darling. And then, yeah, you kind of are in the wrong, you know. And I think him having the date nights with the conditions, it's a motivator, you know. But you guys let me know what you think about that one in the comments. But that's going to be the end of today's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening. I appreciate you guys coming out for our Sunday shows every week. Again, patreon.com/MyTheAsshole Podcast. If you want to be featured on a Tuesday and Sunday show like these people were, get on the Patreon. That is the place to do it. TikTok and Instagram for the clips. If you enjoy more short form content and you just want the best bite-sized pieces of all the episodes, that's the place to get it. If you want to help on the free 99 side of things, rating the podcast as well as downloading on listening platforms does help a lot, man. You have no idea how much that helps. The higher our rating is, the more the podcast gets recommended, the more people get to see it, and so on and so forth. If you want to help even more on the free 99 side of things, head on over to our YouTube, get on over there, and subscribing over there. Goodness gracious, I am blanking out. It's the end of the show. I'm like, oh, I'm ready to close out. Let me get through this. YouTube though, yes. Get on over there, youtube.com/MyTheAsshole Podcast. Subscribe over there, and even if you don't watch over there, subscribing does help. All right, that's all I ask. It's free $99. It's the best price possible. Okay, and then if you guys are loving the Haunting Adeline stuff, please do click the link down there and it'll take you to a Spotify playlist that has all the Haunting Adeline episodes from chapter 0 all the way to chapter, I believe it's 28 or something like that. Now, we are rolling. Next week, we're going to be covering chapters, I believe it's, well, let me see. I can look it up for you guys really quick. It should be chapters, I believe, 28 and 29 next week for you guys. Yes, we'll be covering chapters 28 and 29 coming next week. So look out for that. And again, like I said, if you guys want to catch up on Haunting Adeline, I got you. That playlist is there. If you are primarily a YouTube person, just go to our page and the playlist is there. I have the playlist with all the episodes that I've ever done. And then I have the playlist of just the Haunting Adeline stuff. So that way you guys can just check that out. But without further ado, though, that's going to do it for you, boy. Appreciate you guys. Love you so much. And peace.